Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Welcome back to another episode of How's the HUD? And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at AmpHUD by Goopswagger. And yeah, this HUD's just described as a HUD that's supposed to be more accessible than the stock HUD, but kind of keep a lot of the same features and feelings of it. So we'll see what it does and how it's different. There's no customization button like in the other one. We go to our loadouts. We do have the usual controls, move the character around, right, zoom in and out, change lighting and all that. That's all there. That's all nice. Backpack looks stock, right? Everything else looks like just basic, normal TF2. Nothing super crazy going on. It just works. And then, yeah, let's go hop into a game because the main menu, it just works. Like stock TF2's main menu is fine. The only thing I would add here is just stats, like your lifetime stats. I feel like it's just such a nice thing to have. The fact that the stock TF2 HUD doesn't have all your stats, like your lifetime damage, kills, and deaths and that on the main menu, just seems like more of an oversight than anything. But yeah, stock loading screen, everything, all that's pretty normal, pretty standard. Let's see what else we got going on. We have a different loading screen menu thing. I don't think maybe it's just been a while since I used the stock HUD, which is pretty true. But I don't think this brick texture in the background is normally the brick texture that's used when you're picking a class. Maybe I'm just completely wrong on that. But I feel like he redid something on that screen that looks slightly different. Speaking of looking slightly different, we have a lot of differences, I feel, on the bottom parts of the screen here. Right, everything else seems pretty standard. I think there might be a slightly different text in the in-game chat, but yeah, the things I'm noticing is your player icon on the bottom left seems noticeably larger. The health and the kill streak I think are normally there, probably, but I feel like your player model is normally not that big on the stock HUD. As for ammo and all that, pretty standard placement. Everything else seems pretty standard. Something of note is the bars, right? The hype, the cleaver, the ball. Normally those are just horizontally across the bottom. This HUD decides to put them right above the ammo count on the right, like vertically, but also in a horizontal line. Which is it's a pretty solid way of doing things. It looks good, it looks solid, debatably better than stock TF2. It's way less cluttered that way, make it a lot neater. If we go to Demo Man, he's just got his 1 meter. The charge meter is still horizontally on the side, which is pretty interesting. I guess some classes kind of always will have 1 meter max. You can design around that. The Huntsman meter looks really weird there in the ammo count. I'm not gonna lie. Having that not be its own separate bar just seems like a very, very weird decision. Spy, the cloak meter is vertical on the Spy. I see, now I'm starting to not like this as much. Having different meters and different elements just seemingly at random is not the best. But if we change it to I mean, what else could we do? The Spy Sickle, I guess. And then, do any of these have a charge? None of these really have a charge. Should just be the Spy Sickle. But I guess the idea is that you now have your knife meter like that, but not even having the 3rd meter. That doesn't look as nice. I was excited with it with the Scout, but now it's not really as great. So yeah, there's that. The engineer build menus in the top left, as standard as expected. That just makes sense. The ammo counts just seeming. I think that's where stock TF2 has it. Maybe they've changed up the way some of this stuff's shaped, because I don't think stock TF2 has these weird looking trapezoid shapes around stuff like that. So that seems a little bit different. When I heal people, looks like stock TF2, same type of healing stuff going on there. Nothing super crazy there. We go to, I think that's pretty much all of the main checks. I guess disguising, but disguising works similar to the stock HUD. Yeah, I feel like they just made things maybe slightly bigger and then redid some of the shapes, like the shapes around the ammo, the shapes around your health, the shapes around your model and stuff like that. But other than that, this seems like mostly like stock TF2. I guess something we're checking out is the spectate menu, because that's one of the biggest kind of problems I have with the stock TF2 HUD, is the spectate menu. That guy just fucked me up. Yeah, they didn't even remove the gray bar on the bottom on the spectate menu. This is as stock gets, while having some minor changes across the board. I couldn't probably even tell you exactly what changed. Like, I'm just giving you, like, off of feeling what seems a little bit different. But stock TF2 HUD's fine. And having, like, a slightly bigger rearranged stock TF2 HUD is also fine. It's just nothing special, nothing crazy. Yeah, not the most significantly changed HUD. Not the most custom. Not that it has to be, but... yeah, this is like mostly stock TF2. I really couldn't pinpoint anything that seems super different here. Even looking at people, like, I don't see their health or any of that easily. Like, I see the same problem with stock TF2, where it's just this tiny number and a tiny plus sign above their head. So overall, I'm probably just gonna rate it the same as I did the stock TF2 HUD. I think it's probably a 3 out of 5. This one even has the downside compared to TF2 stock HUD, where the charge bars, like the charge meters, are inconsistent. In stock TF2, they're all horizontally across the bottom. In this HUD, some of them are horizontally across the bottom, some of them are vertically horizontal, like on top of the ammo. It's very weird to have it be so inconsistent, and I'm not really sure why Goop Swagger decided to do all that. But yeah, nothing super wrong with this HUD, but also nothing super right. I feel like if you use stock TF2, you get pretty much the same exact experience. So overall, yeah, just 3 out of 5, like I said a second ago. And that's pretty much all there is to say, unless I'm missing something. Please let me know in the comments if I maybe did miss something, if you use stock TF2 a bit more, if I maybe missed some super vital changes. But the only real change I noticed was like this one, where I could, you know, move my character around and change lighting and stuff, which is just like a small quality of life thing, but nothing super crazy. So yeah, that being said, hope you all enjoyed. See you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.